Hey guys, Fatigu here, and we are back with the Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but before we get started here with this episode, I need to apologize. When I went to open Skyrim episode 16, my file for today, it was gone. I don't even know what happened to it, it was just gone. Like, I have all my Skyrim episodes, my Let's Play, organized in a nice folder. You know, I have 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. When I went to open 16, it wasn't there. So I searched my hard drive, was completely gone, and it's too far back in the game, really, for me to reload back to it. So I'm very sorry. I'm very, very sorry, but I'm going to fill you guys in on what happened in that episode. So what goes down in that episode is you have to meet Delphine and Esbern at Karthspire to go find Alduin's Wall. Now, Alduin's Wall is inside of Skyhaven Temple, which is now the new, quote-unquote, headquarters of the Blades. Well, Delphine and Esbern, I guess. When you find Alduin's Wall, it's basically an information palette about the dragons, and Esbern basically goes off on all the stuff he knows about the first time the dragons tried to attack Tamriel, led by Alduin, and you need to find out how Alduin was defeated the first time, because he's back now, he was defeated once before, and he's back again. So what you find out from the wall is, you need to learn a shout called Dragonrend, because Dragonrend was the shout that was used to defeat him the first time. Now, immediately you think, oh, the Greybeards could probably teach me how to do this shout. But of course, Delphine would not be having any of that. None of that whatsoever. She is so unhappy about you going back to the Greybeards, but she reluctantly agrees. So, that is where we're at now. You travel back to High Hrothgar to speak with the Greybeards about learning the Dragonrend shout. Again, I apologize, guys, but one more thing. This is the last episode without subtitles. Hoorah! Subtitles will be included in next episode. This is also a heavy dialogue episode, so I apologize for the lack of subtitles, but there'll be a next episode, which is awesome. Alright, guys, enjoy the rest of the episode. And now we must seek out Angrier to ask him about the Dragonrend shout with this newfound information we have from Alduin's Wall and the Blades, because the Greybeards and Blades are such good friends. Sarcasm. Yeah, dude, so I kind of need to learn that shout, you know, that was used to defeat Alduin the first time he was here, but you didn't tell me about.
Learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
Whoa, let's not jump to conclusions here. I just read a stone carving on a wall.
The Blades.
Hey, no one said anything about the Blades.
Meddling in matters they barely understand.
How do you know I didn't wander into Skyhaven Temple myself, man? Come on, dude.
They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
What if I told you I wandered into Skyhaven Temple on my own? Huh?
What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end and be reborn.
What?
No, not now. Not until you return
That's
to the
stupid!
path of wisdom.
Yeah, you better listen to that creepy voice. I think he might be
Have
telling you
given my
something
answer.
worthwhile.
Go and Dragonborn. Wait.
Oh, what? What's that?
Forgive me. I
What's
was
that, Angry? Arngeir?
intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einoth reminded me of my duty.
Oh,
The
did he
decision
now?
whether or not to help you is not mine to make.
Oh, really?
No, I cannot teach it to you because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
What's so bad about it? Come on now.
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself.
Solid. All right.
Only Paarthunax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
So, you want to introduce me to him? Like, hey, so this is the Dragonborn that the prophet foretold.
He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
No, maybe, like, say, hey, by the way, the Dragonborn's here. Now, this is our leader because you're the Dragonborn now.
He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
Ah.
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthunax.
Yeah. So what we learn now is the clear sky shout. And what's going to happen is they're going to teach us this awesome shout, and we're going to have to climb more mountains, right, to get to the top.
Path to Paarthunax lies through this gate.
And it's going to be not so awesome, but, you know, got to do it to go meet Paarthunax. But this shout is pretty cool because you basically control the weather. Like, you're more of a badass than Mother Nature, which didn't think it was really possible, but hey, you control basically the skies. Hence the name Clear Skies. Pretty sick. Pretty sick if you ask me. I wish I knew how to breed writing like that. Like, can you imagine how sick that would be? Like, just be in school like, oh, you want me to write an essay? Oh, what's that? Ha! Here you are. Take that. What I like is how they teach you all 3 words, usually. When they do it. Like, I didn't realize that they taught you, like, all 3 words like that right off the bat with something like this, so it's really convenient. Like, sometimes I'd learn, like, a new shout, and I just, like, hold down, like, the button, and it'd be, like, this weak little, like, foo,
keep moving,
foo,
stay focused
foo.
on your goal,
like, oh,
and you will reach
great.
the summit.
But then, like, you hold down one of the ones that, like, they tell you, it's like, Durr! It's like, whoa, baby, that's a cool shout. Yeah, I think that's cool. They teach you all 3 words like that. Something that probably be said that most shouts require like 3 words to be like, super uber powerful, you know? Whatever. So you gotta climb this mountain, and the mist is pretty creepy. Like, you know, you walk into it and you start like shaking, like, oh man, what's going on? Am I on drugs? But no, it's just this mist that's controlling your mind. And some of it's alright, but some of it's really, really powerful, like this. Like, look at this, like, blown across this bridge. Like, this bridge looks super, super secure. And that wind up there is going to cause some damage to you, just like the billy goat. The billy goat is going to die. The billy goat dies, unfortunately, from the wind. That poor billy goat. But you finally make it to the top here. Hiking through all the mist. And you got one last little area to clear, which is more powerful wind. Not fun at all. By the top of the mountain is Paarthunax. And surprise, surprise, Paarthunax is in fact a dragon. And at this point, when I was playing, I was actually fearful of a frost troll coming out of nowhere. So I hear like this dragon roar, and I'm like, oh god! No! Here he comes, Paarthunax in all his glory. Now this dialogue is quite possibly the most important dialogue so far in all the game, if not the entire game.
I am Paarthunax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
I am Fatigue. Nor was I expecting you to be a dragon.
Wuth Onik, old and wise. It is true I am old. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
Now, Paarthunax speaks in a mix of English and dragon tongue. It's very cool.
There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of 2 of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones.
So Paarthunax right now is presenting you with a little bit of a test. Wants to be sure that you're Dragonborn and not just some like impersonator coming up to the Burning World from Las Vegas like, yo, man, yo, I'm the Dragonborn, man. Yeah, dude, so just tell me all this cool stuff that I should know. And you actually learn a new word. Now, this is actually the fire breath word for me, but I have friends that have learned the fire breath word from other locations. So I'm not sure if he teaches you just a random shout that you don't know yet, or if you haven't learned the fire breath one, it's fire breath, or so on or so forth, or some sort of thing like, well, if you know this shout, he teaches you this one. But I learned the fire breath from him. That was cool. It's a weak version of it, again, what I was talking about before with the words. He only teaches you one word of it, so it's just like, poof, like I'm lighting a match and like throwing it at him. So he wants you to basically breathe fire on him just to make sure.
Yes, Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.
Alright guys, so this dialogue right now is going to get really, really, really important. So much that I really shouldn't be talking over it. He's going to talk about Elder Scrolls, what happened the first time Alduin was there, and how to learn the Dragon Run shout, and just continually talk awesome. So I'm going to end my commentary right here. So enjoy the dialogue until the end of the episode. And until next time, I will see you guys later.
I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comet Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with Firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? True, but Kostid, prophecy, tells what may be, not what should be. Kostid Salo Ak. Just because you can do a thing does not always mean you should. Do you have no better reason for acting than destiny? Are you nothing but a plaything of Dez, of fate? If you can see your destiny clearly, your sight is clearer than mine. Dahman, remember, Alduin also follows his destiny as he sees it. But I bow before your certainty. In a way, I envy you. The curse of much knowledge is often indecision. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. I live here, at the peak of the Monaven, what you name Throat of the World. True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknuzny Karon. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. Rahwatlan. They are fragments of creation. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll. But this is only a small part of their power. Zofa Suryek. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.